I'm so thrilled to be today in the front of you, so excuse me if I will be a little bit shaking, but it's a really great moment for all of the crew behind the Sylius. As you already know, it's the first time we're organizing such a conference, and today I would like to open the conference with a keynote about what we've achieved so far, where we're standing today, and glimpse you a little bit of the future, what is ahead of us. So first of all, on the behalf of the whole team, I would like to welcome you all here. Thank you very much for joining us. A little bit of clap for all of you. I wanted to welcome you with the rare picture when you can see on the Mateusz face any emotion at all on the picture. Normally you can meet him and he's really expressive, but he don't like to smile on the picture, so it's really rare photo. That's something special for today. But the presentation was about the past, current state, and the future of the Sylius. So let's take a short trip in time. We are going to the time travel, and we'll be starting. Once upon a time, in 2010, there was a small company that started all of this that we are here today. It started from the mother and aunt of Paweł, our founder, and that's how the name of the product came from. So Sylvia and Justyna were the owners of the company that sold drogeries, perfumes, etc. And that's how the Sylius came up. And Paweł decided to open source the engine behind the shop, and that's a few years later, in 2014, Sylius already had some crowd behind it. Sylius already started to hire developers. The first people joined the company to be in the project, and this is the state from more or less this moment when we start to work in a much more organized way with the company behind. 3 years later, in 2017, there's a Sylius company behind Sylius, so this company 100% dedicated to Sylius, and this is when we published the first stable version. It means that it's already 5 years since the stable version, and it's also kind of a milestone that it's worth celebrating with the conference here. Moving forward, we moved to the 2018 when we reached 1,000 people on the Slack, and were you all helping each other to sort some questions, to solve some problems, sort some questions, or just gather on the conferences like this. 2 years later, we achieved 10 million of installs of all Sylius packages. So as you all probably know, you can just take parts of Sylius, and this moment we reached 10 million. Also, we start to celebrate, to name Sylius as a platform. And now let's move on to the last year, where 1 million of the whole Sylius installation milestone were reached. And this is where we are right now. So moving to today, on the road, we have celebrated several smaller meetups that were on our way. We've been already with the meetups in Germany, France, Poland, Croatia, and even Czechia. All of this were smaller meetups that guide us to the SyliusCon, where we are today. We achieved 450 plugins that you can extend your application with. Numbers are from packages, so you can trust them. And that's also help us to grow the ecosystem. Everything that's around Sylius is where we build the fundamentals, but the huge chunk of it is you as a community that build additional layers of it. So you extended also our ecosystem and provided that it's easier to build something on the top of a Sylius. Of course, at this moment and on the moment of today, I would like to appreciate our recent changes. So the new Sylius core team. This is a little bit of my appreciation for the people that helping us as a company. Some of them are inside of Sylius, so thank you, Mateusz, Grzegorz, Magda. And some of them are outside of Sylius, Loic, Victor, and Stefan. Please. Sylius wouldn't be as it is right now without you, of course, without all the community, but the core team put a huge chunk of it. So thank you very much for all of your contributions and all your heart that you put into the project. Moving on, there are already 25,000 commits that actually built the Sylius that it's right now. Since the beginning of Sylius, we released almost 200 versions, or I'll count all the patches. There's 7,000 people think that the project is cool enough to give it a star on the GitHub, and we have 628 contributors, and this is another time when I ask you to clap. Because it's another time when the appreciation goes to you, because among you there are plenty of contributors that help us grow. It's in this number, but also in all the people that gave us the feedback, how Sylius should grow, how do you use it, where are the drawbacks of it, or where are the pain points that actually make it a little bit worse than it could be. So I'm truly thankful to all of you that you actually gave us this feedback. Moving on to a few more stats, we have as well right now 5,500 people on a Slack, 15,000 issues and peers that created what you know as a Sylius right now. We are moving back to the Sylius as a framework branding, which is also worth noticing for all of you. And of course, SyliusCon, which is happening right now. And speaking about the devil, there's a few more things that I would like to tell you about SyliusCon and where we are right now. First of all, I would like to thank you from the stage to all of the sponsors that allow us to organize this stuff. Starting from our naming sponsor, Adyen. Please clap for all of them. Next, we are going to our platinum sponsor, Locastig and FQ. To our gold sponsor, Bitback, Data Solutions, Sensio Labs, and Messy Bees. Or problem with the pronunciation, please vote after the speech. Moving forward to silver sponsors, BSJP Tech and Sylius. I told you all the comments after the speech. And our other sponsors, Invertus, Centuria, and Letile. Which are our integration, hosting, and after-party sponsor. There's also our media partners, which is, of course, City of Łódź, Centuria, and PHPers organization in Poland. Don't worry, that ends up mostly clapping on this speech, so right now you can chill out. I just wanted to appreciate it that the sponsors came from 5 different countries, and thank you very much that you cover also a big chunk of Europe and help. Thank you again for making it possible. Another thing that it wouldn't be possible to be here would be without you. Once again, I'm addressing you directly because if you wouldn't travel here to Łódź, you wouldn't wake up in the morning and join me here, it wouldn't be possible to organize something like that. So at this moment, there should be around more than 200 people. And thank you very much for being with us again. We sold out. OK, one more time clapping. That's actually one of the slides that make me so excited because we wasn't sure if we will sold out, if you would like to join us here. So I'm super thrilled that you join us today. And worth noticing is that also it's not the conference that that most of the people came from Poland. People from Poland are the biggest chunk of the people, but it's only about 1/3 of it. Every 5th person here is from Lithuania. Then the people. Much appreciated. Then we have people in the order of people that came here from France. Yes, please. Germany, Netherlands. I will try to cover them in twos. Italy and Switzerland. Croatia and Czechia. And Romania, Sweden, Denmark, and United Kingdom. it's another thing that makes me really happy about this, that we brought so many people from so different countries, and you decided to spend your time to be here with us. And the last chunk that was required to make this event a success is, of course, the people that you will be watching, so our lovely speakers. Today you will see this bunch of people, starting from the top. Stefan and Luca, Konrad, Andreas, Clement and Elodie, Kevin, Nicolas, Stefan, Tomasz, Przemysław, Joachim, Zbigniew, Alfons, Maximilian, Mateusz. Please, big applause to all of them. These are all the people that not only came here at the morning, not only travel here, but also spent some time before to prepare the talk. And I know that most of the content from it. I know these people. You can learn a lot of them. So please take some time, listen to them, learn from them. It's super worth it. And now that ends up my introduction. Some statistic about the past and the current state. So slowly, let's take a look into the future. For all these years, we were trying to settle up what the Sylius is, and this is the perfect moment to discuss it. And we decided that there are 6 main areas that we would like to talk with you. And the first one is the product. So the stuff that you are mostly working, the stuff that is also important for all the business shareholders, etc. And our idea is that Sylius should fill the niche of e-commerce framework for custom projects. This is where we always been, where we'll be heading, especially for the niche of the custom B2B projects. So in the future, you can expect that more and more features will come to the Sylius that will fill this niche. You will see much more features and additions to the Sylius that would help grow bigger business, but mostly how the business-to-business work worldwide. In this moment, I would like to also present to you how we are thinking about the current Sylius structure. What you know, what most of you know, is Sylius as an open source, and we are looking at it as a stable fundament that help you grow your businesses, and we would like to keep it that way. So there will be improvements in the fundamentals of what the Sylius is, but the new features, new things will be built on the top of it as Sylius Plus. And of course, you can be a little bit sad that, hey, well, does it mean that there will be nothing more in the Sylius open source? Of course not. The first thing that I can guarantee, and will be in open source, is our new API that will cover also admin part, especially for the integrations. Secondly, we'll be working on improvements to catalog promotion, newest feature from the beginning of this year, and we would like to cover configuration of visualization of catalog promotion. So we can expect some labels, its placement, etc. So some content that will make the catalog promotion even more useful. Moving on, we would like to finally put some efforts and time to provide Sylius user guide. So not only developers will have a pleasure to work with Sylius, but also people that actually sit every day behind the computer, put some content to the Sylius, and make it easier to adopt in your business. And then lastly, admin order creation, which is a plugin for the long time, will land in the core. And this is one of the things that we have currently on our time schedule and we would like to finish shortly. Moving forward, it's another part of this hexagon, which is the tech stack. And the tech stack was always important for us. So our main idea is to look at the Sylius from the perspective of e-commerce engine. This means that we would like to make Sylius application first. It shouldn't matter how do you communicate with Sylius. Is it full stack version, headless version, so through API or through commands. I know some of the projects that put just Sylius in the middle that will orchestrate all of the processes that are there, but they're just sending another messages or communicating with the external system, and also the customer don't even touch the Sylius directly. So in this area, we would like to become application first, where the crucial part, the heart of the Sylius is processing logic, all the stuff that you love, state machine, processors, etc. And it won't matter how do you communicate with it. There were several libraries that help us to build what the Sylius is, and we would like to call it from now Sylius Stack. So the libraries that were extended from the main Sylius, which is resource, grid, fixtures, mailer, will be coupled together or bundled together is a better wording in one library that will be called Sylius Stack, and that should also make it easier to use it outside of Sylius. Something that Monophony is also a pioneer of, so we'll not take directly the place, but we'll make it projects like that much, much easier. Just please keep in mind, another thing that I can tell you from now on is that the fixtures and the mailer are in a little bit of decline. So in the future, these projects may be removed from it, mostly because there's already Symfony mailer that it's published, and there's also other possibilities for the fixture loading, and we would like to be as close as it is possible to the Symfony. Moving on to the developer experience, which is another important aspect for us, we would like to make it easier to start the project, but also to upgrade it with Symfony Flex recipes plus some rector to make it easier to upgrade. When you will check the packages statistics, I can thank you that you are keeping up our pace. There are plenty of projects and you are updating the project, but we would like to make it easier for you in the future. This is of course part of our BC policy, but also would like to make it easier for you to just execute the updates. Another part of our developer experience promise that we would like to improve in the future is to be closer to embrace even more Symfony. First of all, what you can expect is the adaptation on Zenstruct Foundry instead of our fixtures. Secondly, you can expect that there will be another option to use a state machine in Sylius. For many years, we were using Vinzo state machine, and it will keep being with us at least until 2.0. But from the next version, you can expect that the same will be possible with Symfony workflow. Finally, Symfony mailer is already supported for versions of Sylius 1.10. So recently, we released Sylius mailer in the new version that actually allows you to use Symfony mailer if you wish, which is also a breath of fresh air into the component itself. And other things that are worth noticing that for the next versions, we'll be coupling or we'll be moving content of the components to bundle to make the repository management easier, to make it easier for you to install, to also reduce the amount of namespaces that are there in the project. The next part that will create the whole vision that we would like to present to you is our UI and API. Of course, this is something where we always wanted to provide more. So we would like to say to you that we want to create Sylius as a state-of-the-art solution, not only a backend, but also in the UI area. To achieve that, first thing is to be clear with you. It's already 2022, and usage of Gulp, Semantic UI, or jQuery is probably a little bit outdated. So we are working hard to remove them. Gulp replaced with Webpack is already happened. Semantic UI will be replaced for the next version for sure. What will happen with jQuery, I do not know. I do not have direct answer yet. So any feedback and opinion from your side would be much appreciated to help us grow in the proper direction. And we are looking and we are open for the feedback from you. What should be replacement? We just know that these things will not be with us with Sylius 2.0. What you can expect also from the next version is a revamp of admin and shop part. While admin panel will stay with us, so you can still manage Sylius in any case, we are trying to embrace the headless approach as much as it's possible. So some revamp of the shop will be also possible, but that's where the star is. As we know, there are a lot of projects actually do not use our UI almost at all, or just reduce it to the bare minimum. So you should use it just as a starter. Plus, we would like to give it back to the community, help you to maintain it over the years, but this is something that we will be reducing. Just keep in mind that we are not leaving you on the ice. We'll provide the first version, we'll help you, we'll provide the starter or full stack version of the Sylius for the 2.0, but then we would like to give it back to the community and help us to maintain this part so we can embrace headless approach even more. Moving on to embracing Symfony, something that it's with us for over a year. This is Symfony UX, something that should work out of the box with Sylius. Another step to embrace as much as we can with Sylius. This is not something that we'll probably build the whole UI with, but we would like to make it possible for you to use it. There are some improvements that require to be added, and we are working on that as well. To be sure that we can use our headless approach, we'll be working as well on starters and generators for our headless approach. So give you some starting tooling so you can actually create the application on what we've created already. That covers half of our hexagon, so let's move on to the fourth part, which is a plus. It's also an important part of our vision, how the Sylius will evolve. And our idea is that Plus should be enterprise-grade features for more demanding users. And we already cover 6 of it, so you can already find loyalty, multi-store, multi-inventory, airbag, customer service, which for now is partial shipment only, but we will be working in the near future to put more content there, and returns. The important part, and it wasn't that known yet, is that all of these libraries are already modularized, which means that you can just select what you need and just take this part to your repository and not take the whole Sylius Plus, which is something new from now on. And we hope that it will improve your developer experience, plus it will make it easier for you to plug only some part of it that you need to your application and just keep the rest that you don't need at all. And another current efforts that are in the head of us is multi-start with the full multi-tenancy. So some of the entities there, some of the features that were there didn't provide all of the multi-tenancy features like promotions, inventories, etc. So this is where we are working right now to provide full multi-tenancy so we can configure everything just for one channel, and it will be supported also with the airbag and the cast channel administrators. So you have totally different stores if you wish. Another thing that we are right now working on is improvements of returns. First of all, it's splitting of the returns. Right now, if the customer provided return request, it's all or nothing. But from now on, you will be able to split them and just decide that some part of it will be repaired, some part of it will be refunded. And also improvements of shipping, which means that every shipment that came from the returns will be part of the order itself, so it will be easier to trace down returns. Moving forward to next steps, we would like to provide advanced customer service. Mostly, it will focus on the parts where you will be able to edit or alter the orders that are already placed, both before payment and after that. So you will have some possibilities to create something on the top of already placed orders. Another thing is that we would like to improve multi-source inventory with prioritization, different strategies, how to manage between your warehouses, plus with back orders, so allow you to sell below the threshold and then make it easier for you to order something from your manufacturer. And the last part is visual merchandising, so provide you a little bit of scaffold with drag and drop or something like that, where you could actually create landings or pages where you can just set up products on the page. If you're interested where all this stuff will be stable, we are already reached with the Sylius Plus 1.0 alpha version, and you can expect that within a year, at the beginning of the next year, you can expect that Sylius Plus will be stabilized. That brought us to the fifth part of our vision, which is you as our community. And we truly believe that next steps, we already are quite large in France. We would like to make Germany and Poland as our next major market, so we can expect much more events or our presence in this place as well. We would like to still embrace France, but it's not the only place where the people use Sylius, so the next steps for us is Poland and Germany. What is more, we are aware that sometimes we need to wait a little bit long with some reviews, so we would like to improve review process and provide you feedback faster. So we would like to take advantage of the community, take advantage of your willingness to change something, and do not kill our community with long reviews. So something that we'll take a look into it is to provide something much more robust, open source review process, or just triage of the issues and peers. And that brought us to the last part of our ecosystem, which are plugins. And in this area, I would like to say that for us, plugins are the elementary part of our ecosystem, somewhere where you put your effort to provide something to the community. And for that, we will provide a new version of a reviewing system, something that we had a lot of problems with, and I can say it directly from the stage. But this is something that we are aware of. We are moving it and trying to build a new structure and new processes inside of our company to accept and to publish plugins much more often and much more reliable on the store, which also bring us to that we would like to provide new ways of monetization of the plugins if you produce something bigger than regular. And all of these parts bring us to the general vision for Sylius. So these 6 fundamentals bring us that we would like to cover the space between out-of-the-box platforms and home-built solution. There is no need to build everything from the scratch, where you can take Sylius, especially some parts of it, and just use it where you don't need it and focus on your competitive advantage. So we are built 100% of Symfony. Everyone that knows Symfony is aware how to play with the Sylius. And the worst case, you can just skip all the Sylius part and work with the entities. There is no need to build something from the scratch, especially in the Symfony ecosystem where there is a Sylius. And this is something where we would like to be known for and where is our place. The vision and the next versions or the next steps that you can expect from us. First of all is the version 1.12. We told you that it will be tagged on the stage. We changed our mind and it will be tagged next Monday. A lot of things may go wrong, so we decided that we have enough on our plates. We'll do it on Monday. You can expect the publish of the next version just at the beginning of the next week. Moving on, in version 1.13, we'll provide you with API platform 2.7 and 3.0. Thank you very much for publishing it, and it will provide much more new quality to the Sylius API. I'm truly grateful to the API Platform core team that is helping us to provide really good quality for Sylius and our API. Next steps that you can expect is finally embracing Symfony workflow, what I already promised you, and ability to migrate your state machine to this concept. And the last one is Zenstruct Foundry, something that may be delayed for the next version. This is the technical features that you can expect on Sylius open source version 1.13. If you're looking for the timetable of that, it will be the second quarter of the next year. The elephant in the room and another question that it's really often asked is, but hey Łukasz, when will be the second version of the Sylius? And let me at least try to partially answer it. You can expect alpha version of Sylius 2.0 in third quarter of the next year. What will be there? All the stuff that you know already, improvements of the current implementation. We would like to make evolution, as Symfony is showing us how you could provide the upgrading path, but not the evolution, so you will be able to migrate between that. So help us to bring this part as well, also with your feedback. Thank you. And I already spoiled a bit our strategy for the next version. Once we'll stabilize 2.0, with alpha version will be next year. Within 2 years, we would like to publish another version, which should provide much more stable and predictable path of how we'll extend our software. Another thing that we were working already and we would like to publish in the near future is the Sylius Cloud with some of our partners. So something where you still have all the benefits of Sylius, plus in addition, something that will take infrastructure out of your head. And you could already notice that I told you plenty of things that we would like to do. And you also can be aware that for some of the features that we are providing, you need to wait a little bit. So I can also announce you that we'll be hiring much more people. First of all, we are looking for the country managers for Germany and France. So if you know anyone, please give them a hint that we are looking for the people for that. We would like to help our community to grow, so we'll be looking for the community manager as well. And some of the internal stuff that will be need to improve experience with the Sylius is head of partnerships and head of marketing, so our internal stuff. And of course, to make all of that happen, developers, both backend and frontend. And be with me, I'm closing for all of it. Will be also to make it all of our ambition plans available. We'll be looking for some investment in Sylius. So as we are aiming really high, if we'll be looking for someone who shares our vision, is passionate about open source as we are, and we will be looking for some investment to make it all possible. So closing, all of this stuff is really ambitious, and we wouldn't be in the place we are without you. We need you to actually help us to go where we would like to bring all of us. So at the end, all of the stuff that you have seen is where we are seeing us, and we think that all of the community will flourish with us there, and we can embrace what we already built. But we need you. We need you on our next steps, not only with the contributions, which are also much appreciated, but also on your feedback, on your opinions, on your knowledge that not only speakers will share today, but you are sharing with us every time when we are talking on Slack or just in the conference. And with this short note, thank you very much. We have only a few minutes, but is there anyone that would like to ask a question? If not, remember that we will be here for the long time. You can, okay.
When are you planning the next SyliusCon?
The next SyliusCon will be probably on the autumn of next year. In the meantime, you can expect the German meetup, probably in Munich, and some event in France. But all of the dates and places are not set, and place for France as well. But next year, autumn, and then we'll see if it will be Łódź again or another place. Nothing more is settled yet. Okay.
What about the future of payment layer? Payum will stay, or?
That's a really tricky question. So, yeah, Payum was the library that was with us for many years. And this is something that we hear constant feedback that it's not the best part of Sylius. So our idea for the payment layer is to provide better integration layer inside of Sylius, so it will be easier to just omit Payum. And if you know any better solution than the Payum, then please contact us and help us to grow it. But probably we'll just provide better integration layer inside of Sylius and then trigger it out. But already there is some ecosystem with the Payum. So other possibilities that we are considering is to document better what should be done there to integrate new payment plugins and how you should work with that. Hopefully that answers it. Is there another question? I have 1 minute left. So thank you very much again. Before you leave, one more information. In 10 minutes, we will welcome on the stage Mateusz with the presentation of BDD. So take your break, and in 10 minutes, see you here again. And also on the other stage with another, on the other stage with the presentation of Max Brille and case study between Zulu and migration from the Magento to Sylius with Zulu. Thank you very much.